Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Last weekend, I was down in Spearfish for a wedding, and I had a free afternoon, and so I picked a couple trails in Spearfish Canyon and went to do some hiking. The first trail that I picked had this really pretty stream running through the whole thing, and I started my hike, I started the walk, and in nature is where I feel the most connected to the Father. There's something about our conversations out in nature that just really do it for me. So we started the conversation and we were talking and I was asking the questions, right? What do you want me to hear? Is there something you want to say? And as I was walking along, the path I was on ended. So it looked like I needed to cross this stream. So I had the initial thought of like, yeesh, did I start on the wrong side of this thing? Did I take the wrong path? Where am I? And as I start to cross the stream, I hear the Father say, Don, it's just the path until it isn't. No panic, no frustration. It's just, it was the path until it wasn't. And I think we get in our heads related to this, that if it was the path I was supposed to be on, it wouldn't have ended. If that's what I was supposed to be doing, if I didn't do something wrong, I would still be on that path. Or I must have taken a wrong turn, otherwise it wouldn't have ended. When in actuality, I think sometimes it's just the path until it isn't. Proverbs 16, 1-4. Go ahead and make all the plans you want, but it's the Lord who will ultimately direct your steps. We're all in love with our own opinions, convinced they're correct. But the Lord is in the midst of us, testing, probing our every motive. Before you do anything, put your trust totally in God, not in yourself. Then every plan you make will succeed. The Lord works everything together to accomplish His purpose. Don't get wrapped up. Don't get too focused on where you have to stop. It was just the path until it wasn't. You were called there until you weren't. That was your job until it wasn't. That was the assignment until it wasn't. That was the plan until it wasn't. It's not about screwing it up. It's about it was until it wasn't. And it had purpose. You just cross the river and you start the other path. And then you cross the river and you start the other path. Romans 8:28. For we are convinced God continually weaves all of our life together for good. He's going to get you where you need to be regardless. He's going to weave all the paths together. You're going to end up where you're supposed to be. But along the way, I don't want us to miss. Along the way, I don't want us to miss what God is doing or has already done because it doesn't look like we thought it would. Don't miss that He's already in your life working because it doesn't look like you thought it would. Don't miss that He's already using you and using your gifts and talents because it doesn't look like you thought it would. You're already walking in your purpose. Pastor doesn't mean pulpit. Pastor is a shepherd, and shepherding is about caring and nurturing. Where are you already doing that in your life? Where have you already done that? Don't miss Him using your gift of shepherding because it doesn't look like you thought it would. Evangelism, it's not about stadiums and big crowds. It's about sharing the good news. Where have you already done that? Where do you continue to do that? Don't miss that you're already walking in it because it doesn't look like you thought it would. Teacher doesn't mean classroom. Teacher is about igniting some instruction through revelation knowledge. It's igniting this thing that allows people to gain revelation. Where have you already done that? Leadership, not about position, not about titles. Leadership is about influencing people at their level so that they can see their bigger picture. You can be the lowest person at your job and lead that entire company. You can be the newest person in your church, in your group, and be the leader of it. Don't miss it. Hospitality, it's not about a structure. If you have a big house, a small house, a big church, a small church. Hospitality is about creating a warm and welcoming environment, atmosphere. You can be homeless and be the biggest blessing of hospitality to anybody in their life. Don't miss it because it doesn't look like we thought it would. Don't miss him in your life. He's going to accomplish the purpose of your life regardless. He's going to use every path. Don't miss it and get distracted because you have to cross a river. Don't miss him in your life. Don't get stuck. You're not stuck. You're not doing it wrong. It was just the path until it wasn't. I'll see you next week.